Good evening, folks. It's All Truth Speaker again. Wishing everybody having a fantastic weekend. And I'd like to say, first of all, to keep the residents of Panama City, Mexico City Beach, Florida, and that area of Florida and parts of Georgia in your prayers, because the Hurricane Michael have leveled just about everything down there. And they've been without power for the longest. Thousands of people. And many more than that, I'm sorry. But I just want to ask you to keep the people in prayer and help monetarily anyway and anywhere else you can, because they really need it. A lot of them have lost everything they had. Now, that being said, I've been asked several times on my thoughts on the disastrous Jim Brown, the retired football star, Kanye West, the rapper, whatever the hell he calls himself, and the Donald Trump meeting. I just want to start the video off by saying this. Kanye Wild Wild West has never been, is not, nor will he ever be a spokesman for African Americans or the African American community in America. And now, why does Donald Trump keep calling this character to have any type of meeting with him on the affairs of Negroes in America is beyond me and everyone else that I know, and the people that I don't know, of African Americans all over the United States of America. They are wondering the same exact question. Why do President Trump keep calling this gentleman up here? And I mean, to speak on behalf of Black Americans, I mean, it's beyond me. But the disastrous meeting now, it was supposed to be about the opioid crisis and the things that's troubling African Americans and prison reform. And before I go any further, I'm just going to give you just a little bit of the take on the 10-minute bizarre monologue that Kanye West had in the Oval Office. Wait a minute. Now I'm just going to give it just a president concerned about the opioid crisis that is ravaging many communities, particularly, that's true, white Midwestern communities, invited retired football star and a famous rapper. And imagine, I'm just going to give it just a little bit of it, that this is one of the few high-level meetings he has about the crisis, which has led to the deaths of tens of thousands of Americans. Not with the opioid, but with the critical, potentially lethal issues facing many African American communities. You know, I'm going to get off this for 1 second. From the Emancipation Proclamation 150 years ago, you know, there were 4 million enslaved blacks. Roughly 250 to 300,000 were free. We had at that time, we owned less than 1/2 of 1% of America's wealth. Here we are 150 years later. 40 million supposedly free African Americans still own less than 1/2 of 1% of America's wealth. We have not moved economically or any other kind of in over 150 years. And the African American community, after the murders of the assassination of all the civil rights leaders, especially the last one, Dr. King, in '68, and after that, the attack on the black family, our communities are far worse now than they've ever been. So why, the question is, did Donald Trump pick Kanye West? Let me give you a little some of the things that he just bounced on in his bizarre 10-minute monologue. Okay. Bring Trump factories and Wheezy. Never mind. He had on his Make America Great hat. It makes him a superhero. He looks at Donald Trump as some type of father figure. And you said, did you notice how Donald Trump, President Trump, was looking at him? I mean, that's the first time I've actually seen Donald Trump pretty much speechless. He was just looking at it. He makes the dopest, no, the flyest cars. School is boring. Kids should play basketball while they are doing math. Time doesn't exist. Stop worrying about the future. We only have today. Trump and Colin Kaepernick wearing Make America Great hats at the Super Bowl. Now, the likelihood of that happening is me putting on a spaceship and going to Mars. Oh, no, oh, never mind. Forget it. Strike that. Stop and frisk is bad. The pollution of police brutality, this in the African American community, is low. And I mean, it just goes, the maniacal ranting just goes on and on and on. Kanye West is in need of some type of psychological intervention. He is in need of help right now. Do you understand me? Kanye West has never been the same since his mother passed. And I mean, it's pretty sad to watch this man mentally deteriorate before our eyes. And he is not getting any better. Do you understand me? This is what's so sad. It would make you angry if if it wasn't so sad. Did you see the taping? It actually went on for about 30 minutes, but it wasn't supposed to be in the cameras. But he's using profanity all over the Oval Office. I mean, well, what do you expect? But I mean, well, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, it's really sad. Kanye West is an accident that's just waiting to happen. He needs help, and he needs our prayers too. I have to say it. He is, and I don't know how. Then he mentions his mother and his father separated, and he talking about how, his brain and mental health. I mean, it's literally sad. He needs help now, folks. Lord have mercy. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, I'm sorry. I was asked, a few times what were my thoughts, and there it is. I'm ending on this. I don't listen to any of that man's music or anything, but I was off that day because of the storm. The Hurricane Michael was coming through my area, and I just stopped and turned on the TV before all the lights went off again, and what? I wouldn't even have wasted my electricity. But just have a blessed week, folks. Keep Kanye West in your prayers. He really needs it.